which is a very great screencasting tool that's an app on your iPad. And the symbol is actually listed right there on your screen. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually go over and pull up my iPad so we can kind of follow along here. As we're doing this, you'll see, once again, the Explain Everything app, that little kind of rectangle with the blue little kind of exclamation point on there. So we're going to click on that particular symbol, and you'll see a screen similar to this that will pop up. Now, you probably don't have any videos in there, but what you do then is go up to the upper left-hand corner and click on the plus button. That plus button will allow you to go and select which template or which background color you want to use for your presentation. So I'm going to click on black for me. And what you'll see then is on the left-hand side over here, these are all the tools that you're going to be able to use in order to create your video. And you'll see also that down here you have slide numbers. Slide 1 of 1. So the idea is that you take and create some sort of recording of multiple slides. So that in this case, we only have one so far. A recording of multiple slides that then get woven together to create one big video presentation. And as we move along the bottom, you'll see that you'll have a recording button and a play button and a forward and rewind. And then also this little box over here that says 0. This tells you the length of your slide, or the length of this particular slide as far as how many seconds you've recorded. And over here, these are the buttons that you use to upload. And the final button over here on the right-hand side in the corner is a house. And that home button will bring you back over to the main screen, your main listing of all the different presentations and projects you've developed. So from here, let's start, first of all, with going and looking up, and we're going to see that we have the third one down is going to be, third icon is a pencil. And on that particular pencil, you can go and draw. You can draw pictures, you can go over and draw whatever you want, and you'll see then that you have a certain color. And if you go to the way bottom, on the lower left-hand corner of the screen, you'll see that you actually have the opportunity to change your color. And if you hold down one of those colors on that little color template, it will actually pop up a wide variety of colors that you can select. So if you want to select purple, let's say, we should be able to go and draw a little North Star purple and North Star N over here. Wow, that's a terrible star, but you get the idea. Now, the key in this case is that because we have 0 seconds listed, we actually have not recorded anything onto the slide yet. So in order to record, you actually need to go and hit that little red record button. And we'll do that real quick, and you'll kind of see what's happening as we do that. All right, so once again, you need to hit this record button in order to go and get anything recorded. But once you do that, you can draw pictures, and as you're drawing, your audio, your speech, what you're saying is going to be recorded also. And then when you hit the pause button, it will stop. So now you see that once again it stopped. That was 17 seconds long. And you can tell then that I now have this play button that's available. So I'm going to hit the play button, and you can hear what it says. All right, so once again, you need to hit this record button in order to go and get anything recorded. But once you do that, you can draw pictures. And as you're drawing, your audio, your speech, what you're saying is going to be recorded also. And then when you hit the pause button, so as you can see on here, once again, you now have one slide with 17 seconds. Now, let's say we want to go and add to this. We don't just want the 17 seconds here. We want to do more. So in order to do that, you want to click over here up on the upper left-hand corner on the rectangle with a plus button. And when you click on that button, you'll see that down here in the lower left-hand corner, it now says slide 2 of 2. So we're on the second slide. And another way of doing that is if you click on that slide 2 of 2, you'll see that both of the slides and the length of time available that you've recorded on that slide are listed. So we're going to go and click on, if you want to click on slide 1 of 2, you could get back there, but we want to go over to 2 of 2, and we're going to go back to the screen. Now, as we do this, I'm going to go up here, and I can go and click on the text. And if I click on text, we can go and type in whatever text we want. Welcome back, North Stars. And with that, then you'll see that you actually have the opportunity up with those little white boxes up at the top to change the orientation. So left align, center, right align, and once you get it lined up the way you want it to get lined up, if you want to extend it or shorten it, you can use that little blue arrow on the side and then hit the little check green mark. And you can actually increase and decrease the size of your font by using your fingers. So what I'm doing right now is using 2 fingers, and I'm pinching and pulling, and I'm creating bigger and smaller font. And if you take that, then you can also rearrange it on the screen in whatever location you want to place it. Now, as we move on down and we look at the other options that are available, you can see that we had up here, once again, adding a slide. This is actually the moving button. Down here is going to be your pencil. And one of the other points of interest that I want to kind of point out here as we move along is actually one of my favorites, which is this little piece of paper with a plus button. When you click on that, you can actually go through and you can insert an existing photo or image that you have on your screen. So if you do that and you go over and you click on your camera roll, let's say, and we go through and we want to click on a certain image, we'll pick on this, click on this image. This is now going to be an image that I want to insert. And if you do that, you can actually go and using your fingers again, you can pinch and pull and change the size and direction of your image. You can also go and crop it. So if you want to crop crop it down into a certain portion of your screen, you can do that too by using your fingers and changing the size of that crop box, and then hitting the crop button again. The crop button is actually up over there in the upper right-hand corner, the little right angles, the 2 right angles that form that little square. And once you get the image that you're interested in, hit the done button. And you'll see then that you have this little image, and once again, you can use your finger and move it around, and you can actually change it and rotate the directioning and the size again. And now you have this image that you have inserted into your slide. Once again, we haven't recorded anything yet because it's still we never hit the record button on this slide. It's just a slide that we're preparing. Now, if you click on that same little paper with a plus button, you'll see you can do the same thing with videos. If you have an existing video you want to insert, you can do that. Also, you can go through and you can insert a video. And with that video, if you go and take a picture, you can actually record yourself, which we don't need to do much of. But one thing that I want to do here and I want to show is that when you go and record yourself, I've recorded 5 seconds of myself so far, and if you do that, you actually have not recorded any actual portion of the slide yet. You just recorded a video within the slide. So in order to record that video and make it a part of your overall Explain Everything slide and file, you need to hit the play button up here, while also clicking the record button down on the bottom. So you want to play your video and record on your slide that you have here for Explain Everything, your slide 2 of 2. So let's do that real quick. Hit the play button and But one thing that I want to do here and I want to show is that when you go and record yourself, I've recorded 5 seconds of myself. And with that then, we now have recorded that video into the actual presentation. Now, that's all fine and dandy, but let's say hypothetically that as we're going through this now, as we're recording, we want to get rid of an image. And if you go up here to the little X button up here on the top, you can click X and then click on whatever image or whatever item you want to delete. So if I want to delete this picture of me, I can go and delete that. And you'll see also one of the tools that I've been using a lot is this little crosshair, this little icon right down here. This allows me to go in and use it kind of like a laser pointer and use that as part of my recording. But you'll see as you work through, those are the key and main pieces and main items that I want to show you. But you'll see once again in this case, I only have 9 seconds that I've recorded. So this is what my slide actually for slide 2 of 2 actually looks like. But one thing that I want to do here and I want to show is that when you go and record yourself, I've recorded 5 seconds of and with that then, we now have, and that's what we've included. So that's our slide. So far we have, once again, if you click on the arrows down here in the lower left-hand corner, we have slide 1, which is 17 seconds, and slide 2, which is 9 seconds. And now what are we going to do with this? Now that we've created it on here, we can go over in the lower left-hand or lower right-hand corner. We can click on exporting this into our camera roll and into various locations. We can also go and take this and export it to YouTube, which is what I typically do to it, export it to YouTube. And you can also place it and just save it. Now before we do this, I want to show you one last really, really cool thing. If you go up here to the upper right-hand corner again and you click on a new slide, one of the last things that I think is really cool is if you click on that same page with a plus and you click on File, what you're actually able to do is to go through and not only just take pictures that you've already included, but also go to your Google Drive. And in your Google Drive, you have many different files. So you could actually go and click on a certain file. Let's say that we have, in my physics class, I have a couple things that I want to do. I want to click on a file that I've already created. Let's say that I want to go and include this particular file here, and in this file you'll have different things that you want to write on. So if I choose this file, it will actually go and insert this file into my Google, my Explain Everything file. And with that then, you're able to go and you can write on this file. So once again, you can record it, you can write on it, you can do everything you did before, and you can go over and create this particular this file with recording, voice, and writing on it. In addition, if you click on that same Google Drive location, so that plus symbol with a piece of paper file, you can also go through and insert different images that you have. So for me, as I'm going back to my original Google Drive, I can go over and click a picture of me. And with that picture, as I'm inserting it in, it could also be a video. Anything you put on Google Drive, pretty much any file, whether it's a document, whether it's a picture, a video, can be inserted in. And once again, you have the same opportunity to go and record and create a recording of yourself as you're working with this particular image, or as you're going and writing on different items that you've placed and inserted in. So once again, now I have 3 slides. I have slide 1, slide 2, slide 3 of all my Google Doc stuff. I can go down here, and what I'll often do then is once I've created this file that's all done and all complete, I'll go down to this little film strip with an arrow, and I'll go over to YouTube, and I can go over and using my own personal YouTube account, the one that's connected to my Gmail account, I can go over and upload this and publish it. And then I can make that available to my teacher, to my peers. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this Explain Everything explanation. And I hope you were able to use this as you move along throughout the year. It's actually a pretty cool tool.